how would you, I feel like we've not defined the term artificial general intelligence. From my understanding of it, it's when the intelligence can think and make decisions almost like a human.
Yeah, I mean, loosely, I mean, this is kind of just a semantic problem, but I mean, intelligence can mean many things, but, loosely speaking, it is the ability to solve problems and meet goals, make decisions in response to a changing environment, in response to data. And the general aspect of that is an ability to do that in many different situations, all the sort of situations we encounter as people, and to have one's capacity in one area not, as I get better at deciding whether or not this is a cup, I don't magically get worse at deciding whether, you just said a word, right? Mm-hmm. It's like I can do multiple things in multiple channels. That's not something we had in our artificial systems for the longest time, because everything was bespoke to the task. We'd build a chess engine, and it couldn't even play tic-tac-toe. All it could do was play chess, and we just would get better and better in these piecemeal, narrow ways. And then things began to change a few years ago, where you'd get, with like Deepmind, it would have its algorithms that were, the same algorithm with slightly different tuning could play Go, right? Or it could solve a protein folding problem as opposed to just playing chess, right? And it became the best in the world at chess, and it became the best in the world at Go. And amazingly, I mean, to take, what AlphaZero did, before AlphaZero, all the chess algorithms they just had all of our chess knowledge plowed into them. They had studied every human game of chess, and it was a bespoke chess engine. AlphaZero just played itself, I think, for like 4 hours, right? It just had the rules of chess, and then it played itself, and it became better, not merely than every person who's ever played the game. It became better than all the chess engines that had all of all of our chess knowledge plowed into them. So it's a fundamentally new moment in how you build an intelligent system, and it promises this possibility again. This inevitability, the moment you admit that we will eventually get there, the moment you admit that it can be done in silico, and the moment that you admit that we will just keep going unless a catastrophe happens. And those two things are so easy to admit that I just don't, at this point, I don't see any place to stand where you're not forced to admit them, right? I don't see any neuroscientific or cognitive scientific argument for substrate dependence for intelligence, given what we've already built. And again, we're going to keep going until something stops us. Right? We'll hit some immovable object that prevents us from releasing the next iPhone, but otherwise we're going to keep going. And then whatever general will mean in that first case, there'll be a case where we've built a system that is so good at everything we care about that is functionally general. Now, maybe it's missing something. Maybe it's not, maybe it's missing something that we don't even have a name for. We're missing all kinds of, there are possible intelligences that we haven't even thought about because we just haven't thought about them. There's things that, there are ways to section the universe, undoubtedly, that we can't even conceive of because we have the minds we have.